If your search text campaigns aren't performing, this is probably why. Theo, Clarke here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about quality score and how it affects your conversion rate. So let's dive straight in. First of all, what is quality score? It's a score out of 10 that Google uses to rank your ad. Okay, so 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Ultimately, you're always going to want to aim for a high quality score, which is ultimately going to give you a higher conversion rate. And obviously benefits as well, which we'll talk through in a moment. But Google will penalize you for having a poor quality score. It gives you the data that you need to improve your quality score. So it's always best to do that where possible. Now, there are 3 key metrics that ultimately affect your quality score. First is landing page quality. Now, as media buyers, we don't always have that much control over landing page quality, but what we can do is, if the landing page quality is poor, we can always guide the client or the e-com business owner as to how they can potentially improve that. But ultimately, your landing page quality is assessed based on relevance, transparency, and ease of navigation. Now, one thing that we can control, or the 2 things we can control, is ad relevance based on the keyword that we're targeting, and of course, click-through rate. Now, landing page quality can also be improved by making sure that we're always sending relevant people to the landing page based on the search keywords that we're targeting and the ad that we're showing. For example, if we were to send someone to a landing page with a keyword that was completely irrelevant, of course they're going to bounce, and in Google's eyes that's going to make it look like the landing page quality is poor. So sometimes it starts further up, more on the front end. We want to make sure that we're always targeting keywords that are actually relevant to the landing page that we're sending the traffic to, and of course that the ad is relevant to the keyword that we're targeting. And if you have that in check, in that the ad is relevant to the keyword that you're targeting, ultimately you're going to have a higher click-through rate. So use these 3 opportunities to optimize your quality score where possible, and obviously use the quality score as an indicator as to what needs improving. Now, why should you, what are the benefits of improving your quality score, and why should you do it? Well, as I mentioned, Google will penalize you for having a poor quality score, but it will also promote your ad more at a lower cost, improve your performance, and give you a better placement if you have a high quality score. Because a high quality score is essentially telling Google, this ad is good. When people click on the ad, they go through to the landing page, they go through ultimately to convert, or the actual landing page experience is good, meaning the bounce rate is low and people actually take conversion action. So benefits of having a high quality score are a lower cost, which means you will get a reduced cost per click and a lower cost per conversion. So ultimately, a high quality score is going to lead to reduced cost and lower cost per conversion, ultimately increasing your return on advertising spend or marketing efficiency ratio, whatever your leading metrics or KPIs are. So a higher quality score can lower the CPC that you pay for your ads, and it can also lead to more conversions at a lower cost. Next, enhanced performance. Well, high quality score can allow for better targeting, a more engaging ad copy, and of course optimized landing pages. Now, this is all relevant to these 3 key metrics up here that we're optimizing for. And if all of these things are in line, then of course your targeting is going to be better because you're targeting keywords that are relevant to the ad. Your ad copy is going to be engaging in that you have a high click-through rate, and of course your landing pages are optimized for user experience and ultimately to convert. Lastly, ad placement. So Google is again going to reward you because you're getting all of these things right and your quality score is good, which means you've got a good user experience for the customer, which is what Google is most concerned about. It wants quality more than anything else. So of course, use your quality score to improve your quality, and as a result of that, Google will give you a better ad placement with regards to visibility and engagement. Now, I go through quality score in much more detail inside of the Google Ads Ecom Academy. You can see we have a whole module here on Google search, and there's an entire video dedicated just to quality score, and also a ton of other things that you'd also find useful if you are a media buyer and you're looking to improve these things. Now, let's go back to this video. Next is strategies to improve quality score. Now, let's touch over some of these. Improving click-through rate. Well, we kind of touched on this a little bit already, but you're going to want to make sure that the keywords that you're targeting are of course relevant to the actual ad, and you want to use compelling ad copy. So again, use relevant keywords that match user intent, which can significantly improve your click-through rate and ultimately your quality score. When it comes to ad copy, obviously write compelling and relevant ad copy that entices users to click and it ultimately improves your click-through rate and your quality score. Again, we go through this here, crafting search text ad copy that converts, but you're going to want to use copywriting formats such as PAS or ADA, and just make sure that the copy is good and is ultimately going to convert. So that's improving CTR, copy, and obviously the keyword targeting. Enhancing ad relevance is going to come down to keywords and obviously clear messaging. So make sure your ad copy closely aligns with the keywords that you're targeting to ensure relevance and a better quality score. Messaging, keep it clear, keep it concise, and make sure it directly addresses user queries and ultimately increases ad relevance. Lastly, landing pages. Again, we only have so much that we can do typically as a media buyer. So maybe this will be dependent on the client. Of course, if you are an e-commerce business owner, there are things that you can do. So, user experience. Make sure that there is a seamless and pleasant user experience on your landing page, which will ultimately improve quality score. So you can use bounce rate as a good indicator as to how often people are bouncing, and obviously other leading metrics on Google Analytics to determine how well your page is performing. Relevant content. Make sure that your content is directly relevant to the user's search queries, enhancing the landing page quality. So as a media buyer, we do have control over that. We want to make sure, as I mentioned earlier, if we're targeting a certain keyword, that we're actually sending them to a page that is relevant to the keyword that we're targeting. And lastly, fast loading times. So just remove any wasted apps or scripts or anything on page to ultimately try and improve the speed. Fast loading time is important, and it will drastically affect your conversion rate. So avoid any heavy images, heavy videos, like I say, remove any unwanted apps or scripts, things like that, to really improve the page load time. So that is how you can adjust your quality score and ultimately improve your conversion rate. Hopefully you found this video useful. More videos coming soon.